If you didn't know, I have another podcast, Brain Laundry Podcast, and I had some unreleased episodes on it that I thought, since they're unreleased, they'll be better over here because I feel like they would help you with business and with being more successful as an entrepreneur. So I didn't release them on there yet. So I just wanted to let you know that there's going to be some websites mentioned and some links mentioned that are for my other podcast. So just change that in your mind when I say those websites. Well, brainlaundrypodcast.com is the same website. It is still going to link you to the same website, but the websites you're going to want to go to for any tools and tips from this are going to be smalltownentrepreneurs.com if you want to retrieve any of these tools that I talk about in this episode, or if you want to review this episode in any way. It's going to be smalltownentrepreneurs.com. You can go to brainlaundrypodcast.com, but I just didn't want you confused if you didn't listen to that podcast or you haven't heard of it yet. Brainlaundrypodcast.com is still active. It is the same website, but I wanted to let you know in case you have not heard of that podcast. But you can type in smalltownentrepreneurs.com and get the same results and find everything you need on there. So that's the quick disclaimer. Let's hop right into it. Enjoy this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I love seeing you take time out your day to listen to this information. And I know somebody out there is working towards creating success. So enjoy, and I'll let you get right into this episode. My hustlers, my entrepreneurs out there, we're going to talk about the first thing you need to do before you start a business. If you haven't done these, you need to get them done, because this right here can create problems, confusion, money, chaos, stress. And this is going to save you a lot of time. This is going to save you through hitting a big obstacle. So go ahead, pull out a note app or notebook, pen, whatever you do to take notes, because you need to do these. Trust me on this. I was stubborn. I heard somebody tell me the same thing, and I overlooked it until I heard about 300 people tell me to do this, and then I finally did it. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is very important, so go ahead and take notes and apply it onto your business if you haven't. So, if you're starting a business, you need to have these in order. Number one, and I got 17 little key tips that I'm going to touch on to really help you grow that business and get clarity. And like I said, this is no joke. You're going to save so much stress, so much money, time, and you're going to have a clarity towards your business, towards what it is in the end beyond your business that you're aiming for, that you may not even be clear to. And if you enjoy this, you can visit the website. It's brainlaundrypodcast.com. Visit that. Link's going to be below. And this is another segment. You can check that podcast out too. Brain Laundry Podcast is more on personal development, mindset, and this one is straight business, small town hustlers. Let's get it. Number one, develop a powerful message. You need to have a message, something that is authentic to you. And you know, it doesn't matter if we have trillions of people. There could be a trillion different messages, I believe. I believe we're all that different and that special that we can literally all have that one key significance that separates us from the others. So definitely have your message. What problem are you solving that your potential customer is willing to pay for? Because in the end, this is a business and you have to generate an income. That way you're creating higher quality content for your audience, for whoever it is that your customer is, whatever you're doing. You have to make sure that they want what it is that you're giving. Make sure that you're actually solving a problem, and you can get very, very specific with a problem. There's problems that are very specific, so don't let that limit you. Get very specific. I urge you to when you're creating your message, but you have to have your message. So if you don't have that, I suggest you find out what it is, that issue that you're solving, a problem that you're solving, something that you're benefiting that target customer, target audience with, that they actually do need. Number two, focus on the customer and fully understand the market. And we've all seen examples of companies that do not have the best product or service, or they're creating something that somebody else has, but they're successful because they've mastered marketing and sales. They understand the customer, they understand the market fully. So research your demographics, the psychographics, and everything about your customer. You need to understand their age, their income. You literally need to know everything about your avatar, as they like to call it. I don't personally call it that. It's a family to me that I'm building, and it's that target person that you're talking to, that you're creating this business for. You need to know everything about them, where they're located, what they're looking for, what they wear, what they look like, literally. And then see what the market's doing in that industry and stand out. You got to do something that you can stand out. You can view your competitors, talk with similar competitors, similar businesses, other influencers in that niche. Browse their websites, their social media, follow them, engage with them. I'm going to get into that in a minute, but you got to network with people and talk and make friendships with people and see what is going on in the market and see what other people that are in your industry, in your niche, are creating, what type of content, what type of post they're making that is creating that success for them. And then look at it, take notes, and then implement that and apply it into your business with your own twist and your own style without having to copy it from them. Number 3, start small and grow. You want to be that big fish in a small pond if possible. You want to self-fund your startup. Go slow. Try not to take any debt out. Try to fund yourself if possible. Go slow. Don't be in a hurry. Don't let nobody else, if you're creating videos, just because somebody has a $2,000 camera, don't mean you have to. Use your cell phone. Use what works. The main thing is you got to practice. You got to apply and create and start doing. And by doing that alone, you'll get to that $2,000 camera. And just don't get urged to move too fast, and try to self-fund your way if possible, so you're not creating a debt for yourself. And be patient and move slow and steady, because that is what wins the race. Next thing is, you want to understand your strengths and skills and time that you're able to work with this business, and create yourself a schedule a little bit and create your workload to fit with your skills and your strengths. And at first, you're not going to be able to outsource and hire help. I mean, maybe you are. Maybe you're, fortunate enough to be able to afford that. But at the end of the day, if you're not too good at something, don't spend time stressing and sweating it, because eventually you will be able to hire somebody and outsource that out. And just study your strengths and skills. Now, understand this. In order to understand your strengths and skills, you have to work, screw up a couple times. You have to be creating content and getting out there and engaging and creating the product, whatever it is you're doing. You have to be working. You have to be stepping. You have to be moving. You have to be taking action, so you can actually understand and find and discover your strengths and your skills. So take action and find your skills and strengths. Create your workload to be around those where you can leverage it. And then if you're having to do something that you're not necessarily good at, understand, do it to the minimum, to the highest ability, that you're able to do it for now. And then as you grow and you start monetizing, you will be able to outsource that to another source. So don't sweat it. Just be patient with it, and just know everything's not forever too. So like, there comes a lot that goes with everything. Nothing you're going to be improving. As long as you're out here taking action, you will be improving. The next thing you want to do is surround yourself with advisors and people that are able to teach you things in the business area, the niche that you're in. You want to be around those type of people, so you're launching ideas in your brain. You're just throwing off signals, that light bulbs lighting up because you're around people that are in your industry, and you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people that are actually better than you and smarter than you, so you're able to learn and get tips from them. So surround yourself with people that know your niche, your area, your business, and learn from them what they do and get tips. It's like a mentor. Now, you don't have to necessarily have a mentor in person. Find somebody that you enjoy their content. They're true, they're genuine, they're honest, and you can, absorb their content. This could be something like that. This is a community. This is a community like that. So, a lot of us, especially from small towns, we're not able to have mentors. There is nobody as successful as we want to be sometimes. So find what you can and use that for inspiration. And don't get discouraged, trying to find a mentor. Because I know for some reason a lot of people are talking about that now in the industry. But, it's not available to all of us, especially if we have limited resources and our environment isn't made to allow us, that benefit. The next thing is number 7. This is big. This is big, big, big. So please do this. I hope you have already done it. If not, stop right now and do this. And comment down below to let me know if you've done it, if you already have, if you're doing it now. And that is, have a written business plan. This is key. You got to have that plan written down. You got to. I've done an episode on Brain Laundry podcast about how to do this with details. Check that out. Also, you can go to the website brainlaundrypodcast.com, click on the tools tab up top, and you will see how to write a business plan. I posted the show notes up so you can read it, print it out, or you can just listen to the episode. It's not long. It's maybe 15 minutes, if that. I don't even think it's that long. Maybe it is, but that's besides the point. I give you the details of how to do this, but you have to have a written plan for your business. That is very important. It's going to put your ideas in concrete terms and help you identify the places that you need to go in life and the steps you need to take to get to that level that you want to with your business. And it's going to help you gain clarity, which is key to anything in life, is clarity. So get that business plan written down. Please do that, and comment down below that you let me know if you've got your business plan written down. Maybe you already had one or you're doing it now. Please let me know so I know you're out here, you're on the right track. And then we'll get to number 8. Number 8 is measure and know your analytics, know your numbers. Have a clear idea of your sales, your profits, your listener viewership, where they're at, where you're getting, what platform, what site are you getting these people coming in, and possibly if you're a content creator, where are they viewing from? If you're not a content creator, you're a business owner, where are these people coming from? Who is directing them and telling them to come there? You need to know all this stuff. That way you're implementing it and you're taking action from that standpoint. What gets measured gets increased and gets improved. So take action, know your numbers, know your analytics. You can go to Google Analytics or Google Search Console, and I suggest you do that if you have a website and set it up under there. And this is really going to help with this one right here. The next thing is to genuinely have a passion for what you're doing. And when I say that, do I always enjoy working hard, hustling my ass off? No. Sometimes I hate it, but sometimes I think you gotta have such a passion, such a love for it that you forget that you love it, and you forget that you even have a passion to the point where you question yourself and you almost hate it because you're grinding so hard. And I believe if you push to that point, you're gonna keep applying it. You keep motivating yourself to show up and do the work, take the action. I believe that's where success is created, to where you can then sit back, chill, and enjoy the work and the fruit that you grew, and really enjoy the success that you're created. You know, you're not gonna like every second of it, but make sure that you're passionate about it. You keep pushing, and you have the reason, your end purpose of why you're doing it in the first place in mind. So you're never gonna give up. You're gonna keep pushing, and nothing's gonna hold you back. So remember that. Don't let nothing hold you back. Keep that reason of why you're doing it, and have a passion for, if you're adding value to the audience, that's a great feeling in its own, and it's something to be proud of. So keep showing up and push yourself, even if you hate it. Have that passion for that end vision that you picture in your mind. All right. And these are some things that you can do to really grow your business. That's something you need to do for before you even start doing anything. But these are some key tips for growth that you can start to apply at first. Is you need to know what is already out there. You need to study, do some pre-search before you get your content out there. You need to know what's already out there that's in your niche, and make sure that you're not coming out there in somebody's lane. Make sure that you're different. You're applying value. You're you. Make sure you're authentic, and make sure you're coming out there with a bang, and you're creating a name. You're waving your hands. You're making a dent, and you're getting noticed. Come out there different, and notice what people in that area are doing, so you're not coming out there running in their lane, or so you're not underperforming. You know what's expected. The next thing is you need to have, and I understand if you can't afford it at first, but you need to understand, eventually you got to have that website. You got to get yourself a website. You got to nowadays. No matter if you create content on YouTube, Instagram, podcasts, you got to have your own website. You never know when some of this stuff is going to start to charge, go away, get something happen to it. But if you got your own website, you're collecting emails, you're sending out newsletters, they know where to come, you're directing somebody. That's why it's so important for people who enjoy your content and gain something from it to come to your website. You got to have your own website to direct them to. That way you can stay in touch with your audience, and you're able to create that connection with them. And if something did happen with YouTube, Instagram, whatever, you're still right there with them, connecting. Nobody lost. You might lose some, but if they are true fans and they've came to that website and they've clicked, subscribe, whatever, and they're keeping in touch with you at the end of the day. So think about it. Create your own website. There's different. You can go to Bluehost, Wix. What's some other webs? That's the only two I've ever dealt with. Wix is pretty good if you are just starting off. It's going to cost a little bit more than Bluehost, but Squarespace. I've experienced with Squarespace a bit. Actually a good bit. I've created a lot of people's websites on Squarespace, but I enjoy. They're all good. You just have to look. It depends on what you're looking for when creating a website. But you need to create your own website. If you're not able to afford it right now, I understand that. But as soon as you start generating some income, that is the thing you need to do. Invest in a website of your own. And then you need to think about the ways that you can reach your influence, and you need to write those down, like what platforms, what sites, what social media websites they engaging in. And then you need to, besides just knowing that, it's like reviewing your audience. You need to know, okay, I can reach them on here, I need to engage with them on here. You need to sit back and do a self-audit, make sure that you're adding value to what it is that they're asking from you, and do something like this. By the way, if you have any questions for the next episode of this, any future episodes, or heck, I might just post a little clip of me answering just your answer specifically. Send any questions that you have right now after the podcast. If something pops in your head, it doesn't matter. If you got a question and something's on your mind and you're not finding what you need, what you're looking for, send that question to me and we will answer it on this podcast. Just go to brainlaundrypodcast.com, click on the contact page, send questions. Send me your questions, and you can do that on Instagram at Brain Laundry Podcast, and I'll answer your questions. You need to do something like that. Make sure that when they're asking you questions, you're answering what it is that they're asking from you, and you're showing up for them in the best way possible. Make sure you're doing that, and just kind of self-audit and keep yourself on track. I have to do that myself, and you know, it's something we all gotta do. We need to make sure that we're doing the best that we can for our audience, because especially me, I'm wanting this is a community, it's a family that I'm creating, and I'm targeting a specific group. I'm not aiming for 1 million. That's not what I want. I want to help the people that listen to my podcast, and I want to help you. You know, you're tuning in, and this is a family. It's not, like I always say that, I'm not aiming for that. I don't want 1 million. I couldn't imagine having 1 million people on my podcast. Like, that would be ridiculous, because I would feel like I'm, hype, and I'm not providing anything. And then when you got about 1 million subs and you're getting like 200,000 views, I would hate to see that too. I'd feel like, well, damn, where the other 800,000 at? But you know what? YouTube does that. I've noticed you see a lot of people have a lot of subscribers, but way less views, and it's crazy, man. People just subscribe and then dip out. And these are, I know you come and listen to the podcast every single week, so that's what I'm creating. A family, not a fan, not an audience, a family, a community, a group of people who are benefiting, adding value to each other. We're about to wrap it up. Networking. This is the biggest thing in growing. If you want me to be 100% honest, network. Well, there's 2 things. The last 3 things. So listen up right here. I'm going to end it with the 3 power tips that you need to apply. If you really want success and you ain't bullshitting, you're 100% with it, you're with the shit, these are the things that you got to do right here. So listen up to this, and then we'll end it on this. Networking. You need to build personal relationships, true relationship, not just something where you're asking something from them in return. You need to be helping them out, build true, honest relationships, sincere relationships. Go to online and meet people. I'm going to do more info on networking in the future, so tune in for that. I'm really going to help you out with this, because this is the power tip. Networking is the power tip. So I'm going to be adding plenty of tips and ways to do that and apply that, because especially if you're in an environment that's not, we don't have the events and the VidCon or nothing like that coming to us, it can be challenging, and you mostly are limited to networking via social media or online. So I'm going to give you some power tips in the future for sure. But networking, and when you do this, you've got to understand you can't come thirsty to that person. You got to really try to network and make relationships with people that you already enjoy their content and you're already consuming their content and watching it. That way you do like them and you're not necessarily just asking something from them. You enjoy, you're a fan, and you want to add some value to them and they add value to you, so thank them for the entertainment or the value that they provide to you, and let them know how you can help them as well. Don't just come out and ask for stuff. But like I said, I'm going to touch more on this in the future. But these are the 3 power tips. So that was networking. And the next one is be nobody else but you. You got to be authentic. You got to be just you. Don't try to copy nobody else's routine. Don't try to steal nobody else's swag, how they do something, how they edit. Be you, be authentic, because there's one you, and you're going to be doing something that you don't notice, that's authentic, that you don't even notice, like I said, that people are going to love, and then somebody else is going to try to copy you. So be you, be authentic. Do not try to copy nobody. I mean, it's cool to, you got to spy, I guess, if you want to call it spy. Study what's going on, take some content ideas, and then make it your own. But when you speak, when you edit, when you promote, when you're out and about and you're engaging, be you, be authentic. Don't try to be and copy and talk, sound, look, nothing like nobody else. Be you. That is powerful. See a lot of people trying to be clones and it doesn't work out. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't last forever. So, and if they do, we notice it and we call them out real quick. So, very important tip, be authentic, be nobody but you. The last power tip to growing a business, growing on your journey as an entrepreneur is capture information everywhere that you go. Carry you a notebook. You need to be carrying a journal with you anyways, but capture information, online, from your competitors, from your industry, from news, from magazines, from books, anything that you're looking up, write it down and print it out. If you catch yourself having to look something up and you don't know, because you didn't know something, that's what I do. If I tell you, if I have to look up something and I learn something new, I'm printing it out, throwing a star on my whiteboard to remind myself to, hey, let you know something, because if I had to look it up, chances are you may be looking it up, or you may run into what I'm looking up now in the future, and it's going to save you a lot of footsteps. So always be collecting and capturing information. There's all kind of ways that you can do that. Social media, listening to other content, YouTube videos from other people that you enjoy, people that you don't like. Look at how people set their website up, how people set their social media up, what they're saying, what they're posting, when they're posting. Just always be a information capturing machine, and that is very, very, very beneficial to a growing business. And that's the tips you need to apply, and things you need to think about, things you need to have done when you're starting up as an entrepreneur. And even if you're in the first stage, even within a year, I know people that haven't done all these things. So no matter how long, if you haven't started yet, cool. Now you know everything, and you can start off completely right with a momentum and a clarity on what it is that you're doing. And if you haven't done it, then cool. You can know what to do now. You're going to fix it, and you'll see that result. I promise you that, and I look forward to it. So send me any questions that you have for the next episode, Small Town Hustlers, and I'll answer them. I'll answer any question you have, and keep taking action. Be good to yourself. Keep creating success in your life, and you already know how we're doing it. We out here, baby. Small Town Hustlers, Brain Laundry Podcast. Tune in for that next. It's going to be Monday, and I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you.